Okay, everybody, hello. How's it going? I don't think I've set up my camera properly. I'm running a little bit late today, but I'm actually slightly unwell. There's like a bit of a cold coming on, and it's just made me feel a bit rough all day. But it is what it is. Other than that, wear the scarf. You got a cold? Wear the scarf then. Okay, I can do that. I think I took a nap when I got home from work, and then excuse me. I have plenty of water as well. Make sure to press that hydration button. Yeah, we're gonna be continuing Tangle Tower. Hopefully with success. And hopefully I'm gonna be feeling all right because it's been a weird day for me. Everything's posted on social medias, I believe. So yeah, looks good. Everything's posted. All right, great. It's good to be here. I'm looking forward to playing some more Tangle Tower. This game's really fun. Plus, it does a lot of the talking for me, so I don't need to worry quite as much. But I hope you're doing well today, Pego Drink. I'm wondering if it's going to be a quieter one today. I don't know why it might be quieter, but you're the only one who has spoken up so far, so maybe it will be. Doesn't matter. My glasses are dirty. Oh, God. I was like, why is everything blurring? It's because there's smudges on here. That'll do it. Alright. Great. Great. Let's play some more Tangle Tower. Hello, Burr. Yeah, you don't have to read the dialogues, even though you're a great professional voice actor too. Thank you, Burr. That's very kind. Let's just get into it, I think. We know what we're about. We know what we're doing. Tangle Tower. Let's boot it up. Come on, Steam. Let's get the game going. Hey, Oliver, how's it going? Alright. There it is. So we were here. What was it we'd only just... hold on. I was going to double check something, actually. Yeah, I thought that it might have... increased the volume again. Great. The music's great, but I need to be able to hear the voices more clearly, and people need to hear me more clearly as well. What was it we just... I think, wasn't it like a challenge? Or whatever it's called in this one? Yes. Yeah, that's it. We can, suspicion.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh,
You
great.
wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
We're from Red Roses.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And who they belong to.
Well, surely it'll be the Freya's drawing.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what
I love
you're
her
getting
theme.
at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Your birds steal flowers or something. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. Steal money from them? I don't think it's that. Here's the notification. It's okay, I've only just started Catastrophe. Don't worry. I started late today. Penny's supposed to use to spy on Poppy and Fitz because they were planning a murder. Steal evidence from them. Okay, maybe something like that.
One of
That's
Penny's
it.
birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not
I love the blank
jealous
expressions.
type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
There was a feather.
Let's take a closer look at these.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
The voice acting's so good in this. Alright, well, that gave us something, at least. Now what else is it we need to look into? Hey, Tony, how's it going? Hold on. Let's just stick in here for a moment. Okay, we've unlocked the suspicion for Poppy, Penny, and Fifi. We still have Fitz, Felix, Flora, Hawkshaw, and Pointer to uncover. And am I to presume that this is the full amount of evidence? So we would have presumably 6 more pieces of evidence to find, unless it scrolls down and there's more spaces. But so what are we missing? Where do we go next? Maybe let's just talk to Poppy and see if... Was there anything... The
I
feathers.
see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
Interesting. Let's talk to the guy who gets hidden by my webcam. Hi, such cool art style. It's great, isn't it? This is the guy that gets Mike Wazowski by my camera.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
I like the shake. I think it's charming. Gives it a sort of sketched vibe. He's so spooky, hanging out in the background there. What's this thing?
Is that a clock?
Very wobbly.
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
Ooh.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. And what is the correct position, eh? Where do you want it to be? Oh, hold on. I think in certain... Oh, okay. There are numbers. What's this one meant to be? I'm trying to understand it. It's not meant to be 4. Is it 6? Oh, it is 6, yeah. That's 6. Three. Okay. I always get thrown off by puzzles like this. I mean, that has to be that's 3 on that side. Because if I move this one, it turns that one. I can do that though. It has to be down there. Okay, we're almost there. Damn it. Okay. These kind of puzzles are always... Right, we need to get these ones on opposite sides. And then these need to be on opposite sides as well. Okay. And now when I rotate them... those are together again. Okay. Okay. That's it. That's it. There we go.
I got it.
I'm impressed. What's in the box?
What's
A
in the
little tool
box?
thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
A small lens. Interesting. Can you tell me more about this? Actually, tell me more about everything else.
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Point me in the direction of the leaves, please.
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones.
Sure it is.
Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
I like her.
This
She's fun.
belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
Oh.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Okay. Is there anything else here to look at?
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Okay. Well, I wonder what Fifi... Oh, hold on. I didn't know this was a thing. Okay. I wonder if Fifi would be interested in the microscope at all.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Interesting.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues. What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands. That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is. The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup.
Interesting.
It makes them
That was an
completely
interesting reaction.
pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
on the structural integrity of your teeth.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something.
I've had a weird thought about something.
suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Hold on, before we go. You know when something just kind of hits you? We've been kind of wondering about this this trowel situation for a while. But what's the deal with it? And Fifi mentioned it specifically as a blade. There's something about this trowel, and I have some thoughts. Anyway, let's go and harass this detective.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're looking for the
You're
golden
such a tease,
thing, right?
Hawkshaw. Don't worry. We already worked out what you're searching for.
Where is it?
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's not a microscope at all.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
Now. I may not be an expert, but the handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
Where are we going
A
with this?
detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to
course.
be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Interesting. Okay. I wonder if
I'm still not sure about
Should
this.
we take another look?
we can't. Can we still not do this yet? This must be like the ending
Let's
puzzle or
Come
something.
back later.
Because like, I feel like that's like there's a big puzzle piece with this thing, and I don't exactly know what it is. Have I played Crow Country? No, I don't even have it yet. I've been meaning to pick it up. But maybe if I do pick it up, I'll stream it because I like this development team. I think they're really good. I'll definitely do Mermaid's Mask when that comes out as well. Okay. Let's go to Pointer. Oh, I haven't actually talked to him about everybody.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Ouch. I love when Grimoire does that little, like, sort of wide-eyed stare. That's so
What do
funny.
you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never
He's
actually
got Howell in
married
those
into
moments.
the
I can
fellow
see that,
family.
yeah.
Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Okay.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
Why indeed?
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks
Or
like
is
a
it?
weapon to me. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Oh, I need to put this light on.
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes. What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Hmm. Are we able to show Flora things? I don't think we actually bothered talking to Flora much.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious, if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible? Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
I love her hair covering the dialogue. It looks so cool.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Nice
Alright.
try. We spoke to your daughter Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her. We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet
like
that
the
really ticked her off.
steepled hands.
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials? You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know. Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
I love him. We're just gonna get a ... on a lot of these. On all of these, maybe. Maybe one of them will
Did
do.
you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
It could be a trowel. Because of the perspective. I say there's something with this trowel.
Flora, this is...
And there's so many PPs and
your egg?
FFs that it
Why
might
do you
not
keep
be
it
who we
locked?
think.
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty? Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
That's one of the big mysteries as well. If you can figure out the crack.
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who are the other people next to you?
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter? Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
Ooh. Oh.
I really thought she was going to say something there.
Me too. They added the extra dot to make you think, huh?
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general? Do you know anything about this beetle?
I'm gonna do the trowel last because I have
Do you
feelings about it.
recognize any of these feathers?
Nope, the trowel means nothing. That's okay. We've at least crossed.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting.
Oh,
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
okay.
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Oh, we can do that too. I didn't actually take her statement. That's my bad. Suspect statements.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
I was wondering if we are going to do something like this actually.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
That's true. Interesting.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So, what's going on?
It's not a knife.
It's not a knife.
I think it's the trowel.
We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
That kinda makes sense. But no.
No? Oh. Well, that was what I had. That's not a knife, that's a spoon. Alright. See, you've played knifey spoony before. Well, that was my idea. And now I don't know what to think. What else could it be? Russian palette?
That's not it.
No. You have a clue that looks like that. Do I? I'm looking through. I'm like, huh? Could it be a feather?
That kinda makes sense.
I don't think so. I'm just going to go. No, no, no. Oh, oh, no, no, no. First thing you saw yesterday when you joined. I'm trying to remember when you joined now.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Because it was close. Could it be a whole bird?
That kinda makes sense.
I don't know. Bird book?
Let's take a closer look at this.
Oh! I see it now. I see it. A painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
I never spotted that.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
It's a good question. Anything to suggest the ink dip is red and white? This looks suggestive.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
The inked bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet, and it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
The bird betrayed Flora and Fifi ate it.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Could it be kept in the egg?
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody
Completely
take it?
empty. Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait. There's something tucked inside this one.
Ah. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you, love, Freya. Okay. Interesting.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Okay. Well, that's something. Let's go see this fella. I love his theme, actually. It's so peaceful.
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be. The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements. But it's not too bad. Might be salvageable. Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise. These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
There's a missing bird. I'm gonna go speak to Penny, actually, because she is the resident ornithologist.
Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
I bet Fifi ate the bird. I mean, you never know.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad. I don't know what that is. Lovely. Oh, there used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Isn't it just? All right.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think? How sweet.
Okay. Have I ever looked at this
Who
before?
plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Okay.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her. Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note in the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
Okay. I think I only have a few more things to find. What is anything we've missed here?
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
Apparently I missed this. The opened letter. Envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you've memorized it, destroy it. If you do not agree with your reasons, you will not find it down here. There. Well, that's curious. Let's see who might know something about it.
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
Maybe.
No.
No.
Okay.
How odd.
Great. Thank you for your input, Fitz. Very aggressive no there. Indeed.
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone? Or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you?
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
Hey, hey.
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue.
Isn't it just? Great. Okay. It has to mean something to somebody, though, right? No, I'm trying.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
Okay.
Curious.
Yes, it is curious. I was hoping you might have a bit more input, but alright. I'll just keep throwing stuff around until somebody,
I'm as confused as you are.
I didn't really expect you to know what was going on. That's okay. That's okay, Felix. Don't worry about it. Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, well... there must be something else. Somewhere else.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh, yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Okay.
Giant stone frog? Love it.
Yeah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Yeah, we've covered that.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
Okay. I'm probably looking for things that I've missed now. Like little things that are hidden away.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
I mean, we have this now.
It's Detective Hawkshaw.
Looks like Professor Pointer.
Looks like Fitz. It's Poppy. That's actually a pretty good drawing.
I think that's supposed to be Felix. That's gotta be Flora.
It's a drawing of Penny.
Looks
Okay.
like Professor Pointer. Is that supposed to be me?
That's just the face you make. Does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw?
That's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that, do I?
Is Fifi...
Maybe. Did you ever try that?
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And...
Okay. What about this in the
a
library?
chalkboard.
Is this a library or...
I feel like this means something.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Any idea what
Not a clue.
Nah.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
Okay.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
No.
Sure, why not build
The search the archive. It's downright poetic.
books about ancient history? I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks. Books about geography.
Skip. Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
That's like a
Books about space.
an interesting little thing. There's no books on the inside.
They're relatively untouched.
Hold on.
Books about birds.
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
You knew this already.
Books about nature?
Okay.
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent wooden wind chimes.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater?
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
Do, 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 do.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Uh-huh. It's different from the other ones. Well, the other ones, sorry. I'm not sure where to take this mystery right now. Could the chalkboard be chords for the melody? Good question.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Did I not get that before? Oh. I guess I didn't listen to it enough. Unless I already did. I wonder if this... Because, look at this.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
It's still saying no. But you've got a bell you've got singing, you've got piano, and you've got birds. But what do these bits mean? They're almost like little Rorschach tests.
Let's come back later.
Who's anything else here?
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
It's like anything else in the hallway? That's a good point. Let's have a little look.
Finally, we get to investigate a murder in a spooky mansion.
It's not that spooky, really.
Don't ruin this.
Now, it's a big glass tube.
Hey, Aqua, how's it
filled with
doing?
water.
How's it doing? How are you doing? How's it going?
There are weeds in there. And sand.
I wonder what you found the melodies.
It's an aquarium?
Well, you could
be.
find them in any
Except
order,
there's
though.
nothing living anymore.
Sally, check those plants for clues.
Is soil a clue?
Could be. You never know. I don't see anything else interesting in here. Other than these bits, I think it's
Stairs.
Stairs?
stairs. So we've already looked into the birdhouse. We've already looked at that. I think there's a puzzle somewhere likely that we haven't found yet. We've done the metronome.
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright. A single red rose. How very...
Yeah, weird.
Oh, hold on a minute. Let's look at these notes.
Sheet music. Presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed, though. Must be important for some reason.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh. That might be what we need.
Yeah, it's mine.
I'd like to hear it.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Kind of spooky. I think we can do this now, right? We've got...
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
No? It's got to be related to this somehow.
Let's.
But we clearly need something else for it to go. Yeah, you can do this now. I doubt anyone else will have anything to say about the music.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed,
Puzzle
though.
makes sense when you
I
get to that
framed
part.
my
I
law
am sure
degree.
there
Doesn't
will,
make
yeah.
it a clue.
Same. Yeah.
I definitely have a law degree.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
The painting is definitely a mystery as well, yeah. Like the mountain painting, you're right. I'm trying to think what else we can look at the moment. I don't think we've got many more clues left to find. Let's check Freya's room and see if there's anything else there that we may have overlooked. I mean, there was a puzzle here that we've sorted.
We already solved it.
Yeah, that gave us that. Maybe I'll look through these. I think extra information that has come through as well. I think this might be missing extra information. Something to do with this. something weird going on with the trowel as well. Okay.
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't illustrate. It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy. That painting.
Why would you
Maybe
want
Freya
the
enjoyed. Hang
items?
on, there's a smaller
It's
version.
a photograph.
Okay. Something else that we need to think about, hold on, is the fact that we have 3 more characters that have suspicions of some kind. What is your deal, Felix? You seem like a very simple man, but maybe there's more to you than meets the eye.
I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
Maybe something in the secret garden. I don't remember if you clicked on something. Okay, I'll have a look in a second.
An old wooden mask.
Probably cursed. Shelf junk.
Okay.
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
What?
It's so relaxing. I might just stay.
That'd be.
What haven't I clicked on in here then? The bridge?
Oh, good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff. It's so
Have I
relaxing.
clicked on the rose bush? I
I
have.
might just stay here.
That'd be.
It's a rose bush. Apart from a couple of loose petals
The
on them.
roses are bright.
Aren't roses?
Exactly.
I have clicked on the rose bush already. I definitely looked at that one. I looked at that last time.
Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof.
Anything in the pond?
A little pond.
It looks, see those metal bars?
We haven't looked
It
at the
looks like
pond.
somebody broke them and then... It's so I might just stay.
That'd be.
Okay. What are we missing, people? What are we missing?
It's tidier than my desk. Oh, the notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
It's tidier than...
So, even the most well-used
It's tidier
So,
than...
even the most
Okay.
well-used...
It's a chart of the Which planet are you from, Sally?
Okay.
The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean? It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime. Pretty.
There's got to be somewhere where I'm missing something.
My little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the book. Although someone...
A rather magnificent bush.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Okay.
Bird diagrams. Hand-painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
Okay. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think I feel another one coming on. Be prepared. We already unlocked this, didn't we?
We already solved
Yeah.
it.
That was when we found the trowel.
That poor plant.
Looks pretty.
Healthy. I think it would rather be outside. Quit sulking. Not every room is going to be full of clues.
An empty glass.
Looking at
Why?
it is... I don't know.
Doesn't look soft. Huh.
They're just decorative.
Oh, so decorative.
Genuinely, I do not know where to look at the moment Did we all look at the bench by Hawkshaw? I believe we did. Yeah.
That's the only door.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not.
There's nothing else here. I mean, I haven't shown the music to everybody yet. I don't think. Not that.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
I already asked you about it, didn't I? Yeah. Did I ask Penny about the music?
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
We have like 2 clues to find. Is there a way we can do anything else with the what you call them? The statements?
That's all the statements.
Let's
run through
to see if anyone's been
That
locked.
too.
It's in
We
here.
thought
So I made
Poppy
I left.
left.
I
vacated.
vacated.
Someone
I
emerged as I was
I thought she left the room.
Back she was
Poppy
feeling
left.
Then
She took me down.
I wanted, I think, but when I told
That's just
What is?
all the
They
statements.
don't. Some of them even.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else to do with that. I am lost, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea where to even think about looking.
It's bigger in here than I thought it would be.
A little chart of. Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
I mean, this is important. Have I shown the professor the sheet music? I don't know. That's a good question.
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
What do you make
Not
of
a whole lot.
Between this and the stuff going on with like her things, there's some kind of weird code stuff we need to figure out as well. Alright, you.
Oh, my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she
And I have
started
the ceiling in
teaching her
Flora's
how to
room.
play.
I've clicked on it already, I
Poppy's
think.
piano teacher was her mother.
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
Ah, but. Ew. Disgusting.
A little bedtime reading.
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them. Penny's books. Mostly novels.
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
One of the cups.
What's in
has
the other one?
Birdseed.
I don't know. I feel like I've turned all the stones, but there must be something that I am missing.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology.
Stuff Fifi's thrown away.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
No, that is quite beneath me. Thank you.
You did it last game.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
That's a whole lot of books. It's a bed.
Barely.
A new suspect. Don't think you can get out beat.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
Does anyone have any ideas? Because I don't know. I really don't. There are things obviously that we need to do. But we need to hit the triggers for them to be doable, you know? I check the professor's telescope. Okay. The mountains in the secret garden. Maybe.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Oh, okay, we haven't done this.
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this
Have we done the
angle.
suspicions? That's what I'm trying to find as well. Wouldn't he have seen something? He's always at his telescope.
I can just about see the gramophone. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down. Is that a window?
I think it is.
What is that?
Is there another room
Oh!
above Flora's room?
There may be.
We should check that next time we're over there.
Okay.
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
What are you looking at, dude?
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
I'm not really interested in astronomy at all.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
You're interested in the beetle.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens, too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark, and the telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Okay.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
Alright, let's have a look.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look? This wasn't here before.
Yeah, this wasn't.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
Oh, this is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you two. Freya. Ooh.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
I think I know. Oh. Unfinished business. Let's go.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Okay.
Let's come back later.
It still can't be solved. But I think we're getting ever closer. I guess we'll need to do the melodies then. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Things are getting
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the...
Sure. It's...
Okay. Did that... Ah, it did. Okay. And then we just want to go back up to here real quick. Far more on the ball than I was when I reached this part. I've played a lot of adventure games. Sometimes when things click, they click. It's like I have a lot of things that I'm thinking about, and as soon as I get the one thing, the one piece I need for it to click, it just gets there. Like I've been thinking about the sounds since I first heard about them, and I've been on the lookout for them.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
All right.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Before we do that, let's see if we can find this secret room. Attic. All right.
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Okay. Real thingy. All right.
Just dusty junk. It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here.
Interesting.
Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Stuffed?
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Okay. Let's go down to here. I think we're making very good progress right now. We still need to get Felix and Fitz's suspicions going, though. And we have one more clue to find. At the very least,
Let's try this again.
I reckon.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
It's just matching it.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Ooh.
Are we gonna go in?
Yeah, but there's a couple of things I want to do first.
Okay. That seems like an important thing. Right. We'll have to get everything else covered.
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
Okay. Make sure everybody's seen everything.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really
There's the
hoping
roof.
you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
What about the roof? Hold on. Previous room. I mean the eye, yes.
The attic's directly above us, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Oh.
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Huh.
Where's that light coming?
There's a decent gap.
Oh, let me have another look. Is there something else to...
Is that what I think it is?
Is that it?
Is that what I think it is? Is that what
I don't think there's anything else to notice here. But that is curious.
The attic's directly above us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double-check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
I feel like something was lowered down.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
Okay. Hey, nice to see you. How's it going, Maris?
Is that for sewing?
Probably not.
Maybe.
We have no idea.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Okay. What's your deal, Fitz? How do I find out why you're suspicious?
Bit of a decadent flooring choice for a green.
What's it to do with this?
A little chart of... Actually, I have no idea what it's... Kinda reminds me of a periodic
Click on
table.
the beetle.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
I think I clicked on the beetle.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
I don't think the beetle's relevant. This though.
A little chart. Actually, I have no idea what it...
There's something about this for sure.
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
Greek letters, I think. Greek letters?
You got Greek letters and a kind of periodic table looking thing. Pretty good. Rewatched Sonic 2 yesterday with a friend to prepare for Sonic 3. Oh, Sonic 3 is good fun. I had a lot of fun watching it.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
And then you're suspicious for something, but I don't know what.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Oh.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
The entire room is made
Oh,
of
it's not just... it's the actual hull. A pencil drawing?
Mood.
Careful, we're pretty high up.
Yeah, we're on a roof.
I really want to get the, What does it say we need to find? Collect all clues, complete suspicion for all suspects, and talk with Sally the crime scene. The crime scene. Did I miss something up here?
Freya's painting supplies.
Oh, wow. I did not click those, apparently. That should be all the clues, then, I guess. Such a little thing that I missed.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that. Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
Right.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Alright.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Okay. Let's go. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to. Let's take a closer look at this.
The label's different. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Or is it? This red paint pot has been emptied of all its... Wait, was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just
My
paint.
favorite moments
I
or
didn't
lines
touch
so far.
anything else.
I don't know if I can remember
And
the
the
lines
paint
off the
pot
top of
you
my
left
head,
behind
but there's
was
a lot of funny
definitely
ones.
empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I do think I remember one. I'll tell you in a
Time
moment.
for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
I quite liked the one of the moments that stuck out to me for some reason is when Sally points out that Hawkshaw's scar is cool, and she's like, "It is." I don't know. I like that moment. I thought that was funny.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
All right.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Excuse me. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink tip feather. To resemble a bloody knife?
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink-dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
Why
So
was she
whatever got
lying?
Freya got Flora too.
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the
No.
painting? Wouldn't that leave
No,
all?
no, no, no.
Okay, well, how about this?
Hold on,
How
hold
do we
on.
know Freya was stabbed before she fell over?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Maybe she was stabbed as she was laying down on the floor. Yeah. And the fact that she was the attic lines up. The gears are rotating. Oh, they certainly are. Because the question is, why did Flora fall down as well? And why was there a crack in so many different things? Something created, I don't know, a shockwave or something that knocked down everybody in the room. Didn't someone say there was a drilling noise of some kind? Or something like that? Something happened to knock people over. I'm not sure what. And then while Freya was on her back, someone dropped something through the gap in the attic. Let me have a look at something.
That's all the
Let's
state runs
to
through
see
them,
if
that
any
too.
Fits in, I heard
We thought.
door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the
I
vacated...
didn't know what to do.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room.
I was wanting to see if there was a moment where somebody was alone. It's currently behind my webcam, but let me just quickly. There is a moment where Fitz is the only one, other than Flora, who is there. Right? Who's to say that he didn't take the murder weapon and hide it? He has the opportunity to do that.
Someone began banging.
Eventually.
Because
As I
Poppy
was
left.
I thought she was.
I recognized
left the
ran
room.
up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared
Now the
and blocked
question-
my path.
If we're suspecting Fitz, what is the motive? I don't know if he has one.
Felix.
A moment later,
Then I
She
took
took me down to the
I took Penelope with me, and
I wanted to go back.
unremarkable
Hold on,
Alec.
my
and she
chat
was
is
annoyed about when I told her about
being
Freya.
silly.
She
Oh,
fell
there's fine.
silent.
My chat is working again.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the
They
statements.
don't just lie. Some of them even.
They line up. Okay. So when we look here, we just need to get suspicion. We've got all the clues. Yeah. Why are you suspicious, sir? Hidden behind my webcam like that.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
A good time to show everything to everybody. I mean, I've done most of that. I just need to see what I've missed. I mean, I think it's just mostly Freya's paints that I haven't seen, that hasn't,
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Paints?
Mm-hmm.
Paints.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
Paints.
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
Yeah, something definitely happened to cause the crack.
Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities.
Is this important?
Possibly.
Maybe. We have all the clues, and I feel like we've shown all the clues to everybody. Right? Haven't we? Everybody's seen everything, I'm sure of it. So what's his suspicion? What is? Did I talk to everybody about everybody? I think I did. Is there a hint button? There is, but I'm trying to avoid using it if I can. Okay. We've talked to everybody. We've discussed all of the suspects, all of the clues. Right? Haven't we? Check the secret room. The attic, or is that the secret room you mean? Yeah, we've covered that. Frog statue. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've seen this.
Giant stone
Yeah,
frog.
he's
Except those aren't snowflakes.
We've
They're
seen the feathers already. Check Fifi.
It's
He's
another...
playing a lute.
He's also...
Well, they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Why does he have earmuffs? Why did his earmuffs go missing? I mean, you could use earmuffs if you were perhaps drilling. I haven't done everything yet, though. It's the thing. I don't think so. Check Fifi. I'm pretty sure I've already checked everything with Fifi. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, that's my bad.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24.
This is what I was missing.
Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Oh. Okay.
Name, Haksha. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Oh.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's go. Okay, it was Fifi's thoughts on Fitz that we were missing. That's why.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
The trowel. The trowel!
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental.
I'm talking to somebody on music. What did I miss? I found out that I hadn't spoken to Fifi about Fitz. I have no reason to take it up Pointed Tower. Haunted trial used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room, perhaps.
An ornate trowel
Yeah.
is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, there's not anything in that. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. It's the same soil, isn't it?
Let's take a closer look at these.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess.
Which people
Penny's
use it, though.
flower
Not
was
mine.
originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
It's almost like a metaphor
Are
for
we
their
done?
relationship.
For now, it's about time we found out what's beneath the garden.
All right. Let's do this. We're ready to go. Everything is checked off.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Let's do it. Tangle Tower. Underneath. Ooh. Okay.
What's in there?
Bugs.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean.
What's this?
9 beetles.
Poor little
It's mostly numbers. It's a little diagram of a beetle with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
Might be the
A
golden
cracked
one.
glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms. Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study. It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
Interesting.
A candle, perched on a barrel.
Excuse me, my phone is vibrating.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
It's got the piratey vibe, yeah.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Ooh,
Weird looking
okay.
safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Okay, I see. Mm-hmm. I think I see anyway. No, wait, yeah. Okay, this is making sense. Okay, yeah. Gonna head out, enjoy the rest of the game. You got this. I think I do. Absolutely. Okay. It has to be like that. And then that maybe can go down. But then where do you go from there is the question. Maybe you want to go up here instead. Or maybe it's not that direction. Maybe it's more like this. But then that doesn't connect quite. Okay. Oh, hold on, this goes like down as well. Okay, that doesn't connect. I don't think this bit's right. Okay. I quite like this little connection. I'm just even gonna figure it out backwards. And then, okay, that makes that go this way. And you can go back up. And around. Then you can link it. I think that's it. roughly speaking. Ooh.
I got it.
There we go.
I'm impressed. Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
There's Buggy. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of as yet unidentified chemicals. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutation in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected. You're that way faster than I did. I guess I played a lot of adventure games.
Whose research is this? This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
I know which section it is. Number 4. Chemicals are turning the boggies gay.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about
I
the
thought
secret
it was
entrance.
Pointer.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Pointer locked up the ink-dip bird in the underground laboratory. Nope.
No. Okay. Freya locked up the golden beetle in Flora's tower?
Freya locked up the golden beetle in Flora's tower. That's not right. Pointer wasn't aware of Flora's portrait in the
I'm just
astronomy
spitballing
tower.
right now.
That's not right either.
Some kind of greedy experiment.
Pointer has been
Okay.
trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Alright. Even further.
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
The Amphobe, the Ink Dip, the Soul Bearer, the Silver Snake. The Soul Bearer is so cool. That's a great. What a great name.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
That looks like it might be the murder weapon. An arrow at the hand of a clock. There's something going on here.
So what's the photo?
I mean, that's Flora, I think. And those are the ink dips. Must be Flora's father, maybe?
Do you know who it is in the photo? This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Shows something that depicts the man from the photograph. Is he one of the painted models?
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is.
It's Lord Remington?
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Okay. All comes back to Remington, indeed.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Misted Mansion. What's the original name?
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms already? Storage.
It's Freya's room.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it? The library.
Study. Wait.
I know what you're
the
thinking.
study was the unusual one.
And no, we never went in there.
Already to start whistling Mystic Mansion from Sonic Heroes. Now that is a tune. Hello, Laura.
How did we miss it?
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Is that all of them? It might not be.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Yeah, there is a space there. Is there anything else here before we go up?
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty.
Great.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right, but if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty, though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late. Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
It's dark.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
Finally, the mansion is spooky.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black. but I think there's a switch.
Ah,
A ladder.
Want to go up?
let's do it. Tangle Tower. The Hidden Heart. Oh my. This is a lot like the hunting
Is that a
lodge.
crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
Yeah, that's the soul bearer.
You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
Okay. It is a crab. Anyway,
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
alright, let's take a
This
quick look.
crab really reminds me of something.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
It's in the thing. Oh, not this one. The children's book, sorry. Okay, it's kind of like a... So, the left one is kind of at a right angle, an open, and that one's got an open angle, and also open, but the little one's closed.
Is that a
It's got
also
It's kind of like that, and then this one... There we go. It's like this. Like this.
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think
What do you
we
mean?
have all the information we need in our case.
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing somewhere before. Recently, too.
Is that not right? Like that?
Nope.
Wasn't this
The
crab?
children's book?
Hold
This
on.
crab?
That
Yeah,
little-
I think I've seen it more recently.
Hold on. Okay. Small one at a slightly higher angle. Yes, that's it. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna take a picture.
Is that a
It's got-
also perfect.
That's it. A crossbow.
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
Oh. Oh. Okay. The real thingy goes with the crossbow, and the metal rod is an arrow that is fired from it.
What is it?
Was someone trying to hide it from us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
We found them already.
We did.
I think that might attach the cross, but not this
Okay.
part.
Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. That's curious. That's the Hawkshaw's crossbow.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an...
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Hmm.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
By the power of bird
If
skull.
that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Ah, yes. I remember you. The ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Interesting.
Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
You know, I noticed these little lines on this before.
It's a wooden pinboard.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Can I... I would like to inspect it more closely.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
The crossbow.
Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Fifth ambassador located, finally. I can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works, perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort, for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved, but I know it's time.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes, but yeah, there's something.
Oh no! They didn't burn the bird, did they? I'm hoping it's just the feather that they burned. The ink dip did not deserve to be thrown in an incinerator. Oh my neck, it's wasted.
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a
Just
secret
Edith
to
Feather? I
everybody.
hope so.
At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Yeah. I knew it. And then Freya's drawing? Why is Hawkshaw? Wait.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches.
Is the painting Hawkshaw?
Freya designed Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else. Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
Still don't know what's really going on.
the little telescope was actually a scope for the crossbow, and she lied about where it came from.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere
Yeah, the
near
music.
the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above Freya.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless...
Freya was already lying on her back.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
She'd fallen unconscious.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
Paint fumes, Flora. Gramophone. The gramophone is the only thing that can...
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
What's hiding in the gramophone? If you look at the horn statue, there's broken glass in here. But what was in there exactly? Hit the tape from the pond. No, I don't think it's to do with the tapes, right? I think it's to do with something that was wedged into it. You might be right, but you can try it.
That's not it.
No. Golden beetle, maybe?
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so. Not by itself.
But if it's in the
Don't forget,
gramophone...
it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage, too.
Was affected by the powerful frequency? I mean, the gramophone itself, it's cracked.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves with the earmuffs.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah. What triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure.
Well, maybe
there's something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it.
There's
something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Let's have a look. Ooh, it's spooky.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
There was the second plant pot that's no longer there.
I can see the stars. The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Look.
Okay. Tantum amica.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it. The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
I can't click on anything in the painting, though. I feel like it's to do with the plant, maybe?
And it's dark.
I can see the stars.
And it's dark.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
We found it somewhere else.
It was burnt.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the gramophone.
You think so?
Maybe not. Freya left it for us right here.
And the unfinished painting?
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
How do Freya shows her intentions? Bird book?
That's not it.
Okay. Oh, the colors.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting. The yellow paint is going to be used to paint the sketch of something.
I didn't notice the plant was missing.
Something in the window. Oh.
I mean, what's yellow? I mean, actually, it might be the bird. No, it's not a plant at all. It's you!
There she is. Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did, but she's a very good listener.
Hello.
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Oh my goodness.
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind.
Oh!
But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our
Oh.
attention?
Tie her hands? Something sturdy to tie her hands with.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I mean, justice.
Justice. For Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny?
Only
What
carries in the
did
game
Freya
with
do to
5
you?
fingers.
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out,
Cool, that
don't
small
you?
detail. Oh, yeah.
Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
She's lonely.
I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So
Yeah.
why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked,
I'm enthralled by this.
fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
I think so.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
The book?
That's not it.
Okay, what about the group photo then?
The 5 missing
Yeah.
family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era, denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
Okay.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
The golden beetle?
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective,
Before the
he
golden
jumped
beetle
on
on
the
Remington's
idea.
desk.
She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the
Oh, just my dear
advantages.
fellow.
Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Ha! It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The will of Freya Fellow.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Yes. I kind of figured that, actually.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her.
Oh,
We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
Am I planning to play the demo on stream, or just going to wait for the game to come out? I'll probably wait for the full game of Mermaid's Mask, isn't what it's called? I feel like when it was announced, it was called something else. It was Mermaid's Tongue or something. But yeah.
She found her way into your study.
I'll wait.
Found your notes. Found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Uh-oh. Oh no! That's definitely a sound. Horrifying sound.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Hit the bird.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself.
Aww.
Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
Hey.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Man. What a cool game. That was just like Detective Grimoire, great game. This game, phenomenal. Phenomenally good. I didn't catch that Hawkshaw and Penny had the same like voice and everything. That just completely passed me by. I'm totally blindsided by that twist, actually. Very cool. I liked this a lot. This was actually a game that was suggested to me as part of Game Blast last year for the Friends Choice, which is basically where the other members of the team choose a game for me to play. Finally got around to it. So thank you to Weird Blasters for choosing this game. It's tremendous. And I actually recommend they play it too. There it go. Oh no, it's gone. Ooh, art gallery. Oh. Oh, nice. Hold on. Oh, this is cool. Oh, interesting. He went through quite a few iterations then. Oh. You can really see when the game sort of changed in style as well. But the character designs are so cool in this. I love his roof hair. It's delightful. This is just cool concept art. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in for Tangle Tower. This was a fantastic playthrough, and I'm really, really glad I played this. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow as well, actually, and it's going to be a one-off, but we're playing... well, I'm going to be playing the Back to the Future game with my friend Ebac. It was one of the duo one-offs from last year. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. The Rose for Hawkshaw's animations, one of them being her disposing of this guy's removing the fake scar. It's very cool. Everything about this is so cool. I fully endorse this game. Maybe I need to play Pro Country as well, because these guys just clearly have a great craft. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Mermaid's Mask. That one is going to be really, really cool. I'm definitely going to be streaming that as soon as I can, as soon as it's out. At least if I'm able to. But yeah. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it too. I'm going to send you guys over once again to Weird. Weird has currently been suffering. I say suffering. I think he's like parts of it. He's been playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. When I raided yesterday, it seemed like he was really struggling with it and not having the best time. Like a really tough boss fight or something. Just 8 for the raid? Okay. I thought it'd be more than that. Anyway, we'll raid over to Weird. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful evening and good night.